Good evening, RV Debs here. It is a little early, but it's Wednesday night live stream time, which means I come on and y'all come visit me and we talk about whatever. Talk about whatever. Yes. I hope everybody's going to join me. I know I'm a little bit early. It is a very summery day as usual. I mean, South Texas is hot in the summer. Mary, you're the first one in. Welcome. And Georgiana, right behind you. Hi, ladies. Good to see you. Yay. Yep, I live in the Rio Grande Valley, which is right on really on the border. Yep. Hello, Rhonda. I like your name. I like you putting your name in there so I can know you, you know? Well, let's see who else comes in. Thumbs up. Yeah, always. That really does help. And I appreciate it too. Yeah, so I'm doing the carnivore diet. Well, actually, to be very honest, it's more of a ketovore diet because I have had vegetables. Not a lot. But anyway, I'm not doing well. I went to the doctor today and I I'm just feeling better. I don't have a bra on, so I can't really show you all everything. So that was good. I went to the doctor. I hadn't seen him in 2 months. I lost 13 pounds in the 2 months. I thought it was more, but okay, you know. But that's pretty good. He said he was very happy with that. And he took me off of metformin, which is a medication I've been on for years, one a day. And I'm not like a real diabetic. I'm at the lowest end. I'm not any, actually, I don't think I am a diabetic any longer. And he took me off the medication. And I am very pleased. And then I go back in a month for another blood test because doing the carnivore, we want to keep track of everything. Well, it's quiet in here. No one's coming. Who else is going to come say hello? Anybody? But I am feeling like so much better. It's not even physical, it's emotionally, mentally. Hi, Julia. Hi, Sharon. Welcome, you guys. Yeah, this should be a pretty upbeat um, evening. I am just relaxed. I'm happy to be here. Uh, I went to the doctor, like I was saying, I did go to the doctor. I'm doing that. Well, it is the carnivore diet. I did have broccoli once 2 weeks ago, and last week I had asparagus, and I do eat cherry tomatoes here and there. So it's ketovore, but really that's it. Everything else is animal based: eggs, meat, chicken, cheese, fish, whatever. Like, hi, Louise. Good evening. I haven't felt this good in years. You know, I think that's what's neat about it. And when I told my doctor what I was doing, he was real happy. And he believes in that the carnivore diet and the keto diet, the low carb diet is the best. And it is. It's the best because I don't want to eat anything. And that's what's really neat is that it takes away the addiction feeling that pulls you to eat cakes or whatever you got, whatever you have. So that's what's going on in my neck of the woods. How's everybody doing? And I have my electrolytes with sparkling water, something, and I do that every day too. got to take care of ourselves because nobody's going to come over here and take care of me. Just me. And if we can't be our best friends to ourselves, how can we be a best friend to anybody? Y'all agree with that? We've got to take care of ourselves. And the older we get, we realize that I wish I would have realized how I feel now. I wish I knew, 20 years ago, but I can only go forward. And I'm happy that at least I feel like I'm finally not, wanting flour, bread. I haven't had anything like that. And it's been over 30 days, actually, because I started a little before. Hi, Lisa. I just started eating whatever I could eat, that was like a cantaloupe, things that I had bought, but now I don't. Hi, Sarah. I'm doing really good. I am. I'm so happy to be feeling good. My foot, I was getting my right foot was swelling up on me, just the foot. Doesn't do that anymore. And I know that people that are, eating an animal-based lifestyle, no, hardly any carbs, they get healthy. Yeah. So I'm hoping my eyes feel better. I hope, just gonna keep going. That's what's going on with me. Anybody got anything to add to that or what they're doing? Yeah, we got to take care of ourselves. I think that's the biggest lesson. What was that? What was that? Lily? Oh, that was okay. That was the remote. Just got body armor electrolyte powder mix. I haven't tried it yet. I found a new channel called Arizona KC, and she started Carnivore 16 days ago. She videos every day. She's really interesting. Well, that's cool. Yeah. I wouldn't want a video every day, I just haven't, I mean, I don't know how old this woman is, but this woman, I'm lucky I do what I do. But I am a lot happier than I've been. I can tell you that. I mean, we all have our ups and downs in our lives, and when you finally kind of snap out of it, like when your body goes from eating carbohydrates and fat, sugar, and that's what it runs on. And that's what it craves, and that's what you have it running on. You eat a lot of fiber and you have a lot of poop, all that stuff. Hi, Jerry. Um, and then you switch your body to animal, and most, 80, 90% animal based. And your whole body changes. Everything about it, how it runs, how you go to the bathroom, everything. Hi, Carolyn. Sharon, the way I feel about that, what you just said about her app and stuff, I believe the way Dr. Barry and a lot of people, you don't have to count calories. You don't have to know what grams of proteins and carbs you're getting. You just don't need to do that. She might need to, but I don't need to do that. Hi, Denise. It's good to be here. Good to be here. I don't really care. I'm trying. I hardly do any I mean, like broccoli. This last 2 weeks, I had some broccoli and I had some asparagus. Yeah, if she enjoys it, more power to her. I've been listening to these doctors and these people that have lived on it, and most people are just they eat when they're hungry only, and then they eat till they're pretty satisfied, full, and that's what they do. And then if you can, if oh yes, I know I froze. Something about my connection still breaks. Every now and then I'm going to disappear You're gonna get a circle, and I'm gonna come back. I had meatballs and green beans with onions. That's a nice dinner. I had three hard-boiled eggs chopped up, a slice of pepper jack cheese. Literally, I sliced a little slice. A teaspoon maybe of cream cheese and a little bit of butter. I put it, and then two all beef hot dogs, the Manischewitz or whatever they're called. Cut that in and heated it up in the microwave, and mm, very satisfying. I really do love eggs. And one of the things I do too is when I make it like something like all that eggs like that, I put in some pork rinds, and they kind of mix and get kind of chewy, and it gives you a lot of different textures. Really good chew. Yeah, I don't know why this T-Mobile connection. I really do need to actually. I just called T-Mobile yesterday. I should have. I had a really nice guy because I got a bill, my second bill, and it was crazy. I'm like, why is it that much money? They had me down for two other phone numbers. I said, what the heck's that mean? Well, everything you have has a phone number. So the internet has a phone number associated with it. The phone has, I don't know why it'd be another number, but it does. Anyway, I had to get those off my bill, and I talked to this guy for over an hour. T-Mobile customer service. He was very patient with me, and I didn't want to be a Karen, but I was like, wait a minute, I was not promised. The guy that sold me my phone, who's local here, lied to me. He told me that um the what do you call it? Insurance on your phone was like $7 a month. It's $18 a month. Anyway, stuffed peppers. Yeah. Only thing is, usually people put rice in, and I don't eat rice. Wow, that's a big earthquake, Louise. I haven't heard of it. I haven't really watched. I had a doctor's appointment. I didn't watch the news today. Well, how much damage? I mean, anything, what kind of a, you can use brown rice. Same thing as white rice, though. Either one. Well, what about that, Louise? You can't drop news like that without a little bit of everybody okay, or is that way far from everybody? I'm waiting for an answer. Huh. You could use cauliflower rice, and that would be the smart if you're going to do a low, a keto diet. Because keto diet is healthy too. It's just I'm trying to lose some weight, and I don't want to add too much of stuff. It was in the ocean. Okay, I don't. That at least it sounds like Brian, your husband doesn't eat bell peppers. Hello to dog mom. Well, maybe he'll like it if it's homemade. That's what I'm trying to do. 20 and less or less, which I have been doing. And I have test strips now, and I've been in ketosis every day. I know my body's changing. I really do. It's going to take time. I hopefully I have time, you know? Time is the one thing that we don't know, how much we have. So, yeah, I'm going to eat veggies. I did buy asparagus last week, and I also the week before got broccoli, just one crown. And it just tasted good to me. So yeah, I am putting a little bit of vegetables, but they're going to be very low carb veggie. And there's a long list of veggies. Cauliflower rice would work and with your stuff, like your meat and stuff. Yeah, why not? It's healthy. Yeah, so I want to lose a bunch of course I want to lose a bunch of weight. And the stricter that I am as far as what I add to it is better for me to be like that. But I definitely plan to for the rest of my life be on a low carb, very, very low carb life. Will I ever do it? Eat something? Probably. I'm not. I'm only human, but right now I don't want to. I don't want to go off because I'm afraid if I did have a treat, then I'd want another treat, and then that treat would call me, and then I'd be back in the cycle of feeling like I want something all the time, and I don't feel that way right now, and it feels pretty good to be finally feeling like that instead of constantly wanting something sweet. Or I had to have a bagel. If I ran out of bagels, I'd be going to the store to get bagels. So, and peanut butter. Like when I didn't have anything like cookies, I didn't have candy and cookies, I would go get a big heaping spoon of peanut butter easily. And I'm not doing that. I know they took me off of metformin today. I went to the doctor and I told him what I'm doing, and he was very supportive, which is so good. He believes that we've all been lied to. The American diet, the heart safe diet, is not all what we've been led to believe. Oh, it's all about money. But the truth is, you know, as human beings, even though it's hard to believe because we were raised to feel like low fat, low fat and not too much meat and all this stuff. Hi, Connie. Hi, Susan. I don't want to miss anybody. We've been led to believe though that that's the way we should eat, and we have, and it's there's so much bad stuff that a lot of diseases that really don't need to be here with us. Well, almond butter is not animal. It's not an animal product. So when you add something like almond butter, you know that's fine because a lot of people can have almond butter and it stay with their program and include almond butter. Yes, because keto diet, you could have almond butter. On the carnivore or ketovore, it's not really an animal based. Like I said, you can do it if you can like control it. I couldn't even have almond butter around, honestly. Cynthia's flowers, welcome. Yeah, so but I mean, it does not mean that I wouldn't eat almond butter. I think once I need to take off at least 50 pounds. I could take off more and live very healthy. Um, Keto is really the way to go when you really just want to, just take a little bit of weight off. It comes off naturally when you're not eating sugar. But carnivore is a little stricter. It is. Okay, where was I? Not going to do any counting of calories. Hi, Cameo. Hey, darling. Welcome, welcome. But my A1C was 6.5. And the doctor, I told him, I'm no carbs. So I'm getting my blood test in 1 month because my insurance won't do it earlier. He took me off of metformin. I am no longer on any diabetic medication. Yes. And I bet my A1C will be under 5.9. I bet. I bet it'll be 5.5. Thank you, Susan. I feel so much better. Not only was I feeling really bloated all the time, like just really puffy, it's bad enough I got weight to lose, but when you feel puffy and depressed and it's summer and it's hot, and I was just miserable. I'm so glad I thought, okay, my best friend Kathy told me, you got to see Nathan, her son. He's like my son, if I ever had a kid. And he's lost a ton of weight. I think he was 260 something when he started. He's like 199. You know, he's amazing. And that started me. And I watched his videos. And the name of his channel is Life Less Ordinary. Life Less Ordinary Nathan. And that way you can see I used to live right there. That's where Central West Texas. I don't even know what that is. So clothes are fitting loose. It's great. Um, you know, I know because every day I get on the scale, which is not good. The doctor said once a week, and even the people when I'm watching videos about it, they're like once a week. But oh my God, I just want it to go down so fast, and it takes time. It does. So, you know, and yeah, maybe I'm gaining. Actually, I've done pretty well. I'm losing. I'm in ketosis, which means that my body is actually living on taking the fat from my body and eating it. Consistency every day, yeah. I don't want to like count calories and weigh stuff and just I can eat animal products, anything I want, you know. No, he really didn't say anything about cholesterol, but we're going to check my cholesterol and see what it was like 2 months ago and then next month, and we'll see how that works. Yeah, you can add veggies, and like that's what I've added some. I eat cherry tomatoes. They're like little sugar bombs. Actually, they're very sweet. I'm doing fine. Everybody has their own journey, and there's like carnivore, and there are people that live on just butter, meat, poultry, seafood, whatever, just animal products. And then there's people that are ketovore, which is what I think I am right now. And we add some vegetables, but they're going to be low carb vegetables and not your whole plate like a side dish. Yeah. So that's the ketovore. And then there's keto, and keto adds a little more. They allow, yogurt and berries and strawberries and blueberries and all kinds of stuff that are still low carb. It's a low carb diet, keto. Meat, butter, eggs. Yeah, and only I don't just do meat because I do seafood and I do chicken. Well, then if you can't give up fruit, then you don't have to. But that's just fruit is sugar. Fruit is sugar. It goes into your body and it's sugar. Hi, Pearl. Hello, hello. Hugs back. Hey, you know, for years, if you would have told me, a few years ago, even a year ago, um, you should be a carnivore. I would have told you, oh no, I don't like meat that much. I really don't. And I really never did eat a lot of meat. I ate a lot of chicken. Um, Hi, Ms. But now I'm eating. I get a steak when I go to the store. Like once a week, I'll get a ribeye. I went to the Mexican meat market, and my ribeye last night was delicious, and it was $11, and that's not bad because that's the dinner. That's my dinner. Um, of course, the rest of the week I don't have that. I did get some lamb. They call them lamb sticks. I've had hamburger, of course. Let me show you my steak dinner. I did take a picture. I try to take a picture of everything I eat. Okay. Now with the steak, I finished my asparagus and had some cherry tomatoes. That was my dinner. And I did put, yeah, I miss fruits too. I miss a lot of stuff, but that's okay. Yeah, it was a good steak. That is from the meat market, the Mexican meat market. And that's plenty of food. Thanks, Janice. I can cook, right? Let me show you what else I've eaten lately. Here's a breakfast that it's a pretty big I did give a little bit to Lily. Oops, not today. This was not today. Two eggs, two sausage, and some other sausage. So you're not hungry, you know? You like that kind of meal, Cameo? Yeah, so I am eating vegetables. Not like tons of them, but just to enjoy them. I feel like I'm not a fancy cook, but I'm a good cook. I can make something taste good. Here's a meal. This was two meals, okay? Chicken thighs with some asparagus, and I ate two chicken thighs at a meal, and that was really hard to finish. I found a channel, Our Life Journey, and they do carnivore. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there with videos with videoing carnivore diets. Hi, Maryland. How do I make what? Chicken? See, I have to cook everything on top of the stove. Thank you, Maryland. They were good. It was really tender steak too. Hi, Linda. You welcome. Yeah, I have to, and I like to cook. Here's another breakfast, and it looks like I put cottage cheese in my eggs. That was a breakfast. Um, let's see. I think that's pretty much up to date. No, I don't snack, but if I did want to snack, I have snacked. I'll get some pork rinds and I'll have that. Well, I wish I could use my air fryer, but I can't use my air fryer. I eat tomatoes, Susan. I do eat tomatoes. I don't eat like tons of them. I eat like three or four or five with a meal. And it so far I think it's doing good for me. And no, I don't cook on Second Life. We don't do anything. We don't have to clean, cook, do anything. Yeah, I like the little tomatoes. But if I'm gonna snack, it would be on really either pork rinds or leftover meat or something. You can always you're supposed to eat when you're really hungry. And if you're feeling really hungry one day and you have a extra, it's okay. I don't count my water, but I drink at least a couple, maybe two to three of these. Cameo says on Second Life we don't have bathrooms. Actually, I don't really have a bathroom in my house in Second Life. In SL, yeah. Um, I never really ate pork rinds, but I do like them now. Yeah, you can make a dip with like sour cream. You're allowed, it comes from an animal. So even though dairy is a little more It'll stop you from losing weight if you eat too much dairy. But it is animal, so yes, you can have sour cream, but you don't smother it on. You use it to make something taste a little nice, taste better. Wait, wait, wait. Okay. Well, yeah, me too, Cameo. I haven't used it yet. I just bought a whole thing of pork, like pork flour, only it's pork rinds, and they grind it up. Deviled eggs is a snack too. Hard-boiled eggs has been really my friend. I really enjoy hard-boiled eggs, and I just chop them up and eat them. You have tomatoes on keto, yeah, but you start adding fruit, and you're not on ketovore. Nope. Ketovore is just meat products, just animal-based products, and that you allow vegetables that are low carb. So you wouldn't eat any potatoes or turnips. They're very high in carbs, things like that. Yeah, you just coat the meat. That's what you do. You do an egg wash, like when I did my chicken. I put them in egg, and then I put them in the pork rinds. And you could put a little Parmesan on that and another coating. So you could actually make a nice thick, like chicken tenders would be really good. I'm going to get some and coat them with pork rind. It's a flour. It works. It works really good. And it crisps things up. So if you don't like pork rinds, try the chopped up, get some of the flour and just use it as like flour. I I don't really eat lunch. I usually eat like I get up in the morning and I have coffee that's got butter in it and whipping cream, and I get it all foamy. And but you can do a lot of things with pork rinds. They're just not. You can use them as a chip. You can make an egg salad or anyway. I get up. I have a mug of coffee, and that holds me for at least a few hours. And then I'll make eggs. That's what I'll make a big. I'll be hungry. I'll make a nice big breakfast with eggs, and if I have bacon or sausage, and then I won't eat until like sometimes I did eat early tonight. So I'm trying to train myself to eat before 8 o'clock. But a lot of times it holds me. I'm not hungry until after 8. When you can eat anything you want to eat. But on what I'm on, I'm not eating salad. I'm not eating salad right now. If I want a salad though, yes, I would have lettuce and I would make my own dressing. But I'm really not eating vegetables. Like I'm just not thinking about what I'm not eating. I'm not thinking about fruit. I'm not thinking about, you know, any kind of veggie. Now I do like I said, asparagus, little tomatoes with my dinner, or I'm gonna get broccoli again. It's very low carb. Hi Ace, welcome. I do use stevia. I use one Splenda in my coffee. And then my Cameo sent me Cameo sent me these wonderful things. They're what do you call it? Electrolytes, magnesium, and I can't read it because my eyes are shitty. Hi Gail. Yeah, broccoli's really good. And I'll even squeeze lemon on it. So I have a little carbs, but no, I'm not eating salads, stuff. Mm-mm. But this is what I put in some club soda. It does have stevia in it, natural stevia. It does taste pretty good. When I first tried it, oh my God, because I'm not used, yeah, I liked real sugar in my stuff. But now that I haven't had any sugar, that's really tasty. Yeah, I saw that, Ellen. He's drinking instead of coffee, he's doing green tea. I haven't gotten there yet. I'm taking it slower, and it is important that you go at your own pace. And on the internet, on YouTube, you can find all kinds of people doing carnivore, ketovore, and keto, and all of them are good. It's what works for you. Like, what can you live with? Can you live with, just maybe some strawberries or blueberries every other week, and maybe a broccoli? You could do that. You'll still lose weight and feel great. You will change your body. You get leg cramps. Yeah, I haven't gotten leg cramps, but I have like come in the house in the afternoon, and this is one of them. This is an electrolyte. I I even bought ice cube trays because I didn't have any ice, and I have to have some ice. So now I put ice in here. I put one of these packages and some LaCroix bubbling soda, and I drink it down, and it's delicious, and it kind of gives me life. When you've been outside and your electrolytes are getting low, this is a good thing to have. Kathy's son Nathan, yes, Cynthia. My I've known Nathan since he was 5 years old. He's 50. Um, Whispering Feline, I didn't see you come in. Let me see. I do have more energy. Am I sleeping better? Well, I'm not taking anything for sleep. Hi, Judy. If I missed you, I'm very sorry. Hi, Whispering Feline. Carbs are really bad for us, you guys. And I know it's really hard that, we've lived all our life having bananas, potassium, and it's pure sugar. And our bodies, they, if you have cancer, you're feeding your cancer. Every time you put something with carbohydrates, sugar, it goes right to your cancer. I wish I would have known this with my husband because he was a sugar addict and he was skinny, but you know, he had probably had cancer for a while, but I don't know if you need fruit, okay? I feel like I've lost about 20 pounds. Um, I lost 13 pounds since I saw my doctor, which was like 2 months ago. I have my ice maker. It's in my storage shed, but I don't have a place to plug it in. I can't, I wish y'all understood that I can't do an air fryer because it'll blow a breaker. If I have the air conditioning on, I can't use, I really, the only thing I can use is I can use the microwave at the same time for some reason. Yeah, my husband Mark was a sugar addict. Huh, thanks, Connie. YouTube doesn't allow content. Well, that's true. That endangers the emotional and physical well-being of minors. Well, I'm not doing that. Hi, Sally. Okay, well, I'll just ignore it. Strawberry lemonade. Lovely. Don't ask me, Cynthia. I don't know. Doesn't matter to me because that has nothing to do with me. Don't even, I don't know what it's about. Well, water's the basic, and then green tea, and I mean, whatever you think you want. Like, even if you have to have a Diet Coke and you start this food, that's better than keep going. You eliminate stuff, you eliminate it when you're ready. Like, I have 12 packs of Diet Coke sitting here because it was before I went on this. I haven't been touching them. But I'll tell you what, if I want one, I'll have one. You have to just kind of be your own person that takes, that knows your body. And if you like are on the carnivore diet and then you add something and you don't feel so good, then you know that that's something your body shouldn't have. If you eat it and you feel fine and you're doing well, then that means you can eat it. Oh yeah, well, Carol, come on. Healthy support, that's right. I don't no, you can't drink milk. You can have whipping cream, but all this stuff that we're talking about, like I am no expert. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not telling anybody what to do, but you can get all that information right here on YouTube. Any question that you have about this kind of food plan is out there. There's some really smart people, you know, that have been on it for years, 8 years more, and they're healthy. They look so strong. They look so good. Their skin looks good. It is an individual process. It's like I can say, well, this is the list that Dr. Barry gave. Well, here's the list of the meat and butter lady. That's how she lives. Here's somebody that's doing keto and doing great. So what you have to do is find what try stuff. Try total carnivore for a week. See if you can live like that. See if you can live on the meat and the eggs and the little bits of cheese and some seafood. If you can, add something. If you need, like I felt like I needed broccoli, so I added broccoli. I do weigh myself daily, but I'd like to get to where I only do it once a week because yeah, I think I weigh myself daily now, but I am going to try to cut that to once a week because it's better because you're going to lose weight if you're eating like. How can I not lose weight? How can I not lose weight? I'm not stuffing myself with steak. That steak was a splurge steak, but that's it. I mean, I don't stuff myself. Right, Ellen. That's true. Dr. Barry is carnivore completely, and his wife, who's adorable, is a keto. She's into keto. So you can, that's really very personal on low carb is low carb. No carb, you can't, ever you even get carbs. There's no way that you're going to do no carbs because things have very few. The carnivore, you're allowed up to 10, basically 10 carbs. And then the ketovore, they say 20 carbs. Now, keto is between 50 and 150 carbs. So you can see there's a big broad spectrum of what low fat, I mean not low fat, excuse me. That's not low fat. Low calorie, low carb. What baby? Oh goodness. Okay, I'll help you. All right, baby. All right. Oh, ah. Okay. Shh, 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 shh. Excuse me while I take care of Lily. She's got her foot caught. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. Let me get a scissors. I know. Oh, baby. Okay, okay. All right. Wow. Ah, I'm sorry, honey. Aw, that's okay. Yeah, it's okay. She had one of her claws got stuck in her ear, and she was freaking out. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Mom to the rescue. I'm sorry, love. I had to cut a little bit so that it would get her hair. She was crying. Yes. Yes. Sorry. You okay, Al? You okay? She is, this is the most sweetest. I've had a lot of dogs, and they're all beautiful. They're all sweet. This little pup right here, Lily, is the sweetest, patient dog that I've ever had. Yes, love. It's okay. We're all okay now. I know. Mama loves you. Every now and then I have to get her nails clipped. And I can't clip them. I have to take her to get groomed. And that's $45. Actually, it's $50. They went up. And it's great that I do it, but I can't, like right now she needs it. Her nails are long. Yeah, she's a baby. She's a little baby and she's such a good girl. She will wait. She won't. If I get up at 8 o'clock in the morning or if I get up at noon, she'll stay with me until I get up. So yeah, they need to be groomed and these are little. I like to have her hair cut real short because it's just so thick and long and it's summer and it's hot. And then she starts scratching and she gets caught in her own hair. $10 to clip the nails. Yeah. Well, I could do that, but I've never done that before. You're such a big baby. Okay. You want a cookie? Yeah? You want a cookie? Yeah. Okay. I've got a little worried, my little baby girl. I'm gonna give her a cookie. I'm gonna give you a cookie. I keep everything in these airtight containers. Here you go, baby. Okay. You have five little dogs. Aw. Your neighbor's got their dog cut like a lion. That's funny. That must look great. Oh, speaking Cameo, um, yeah, Doug and we went to the res room. We spent a long time there looking at every animal. On Second Life, there's this store, and they have animals, all kinds of animals that are animated, and you can buy them. I already bought. I have a Chihuahua, I have a Bichon like Rosie and Lily, and I have a Border Collie. And but we went there and it was really fun. How many times a day do I feed Lily? Okay. Well, what I feed Lily, I will tell you. In the morning, I get coffee. Lily gets some duck jerky, one piece, and I break it up for her, and that's what breakfast is. And then a cookie or a chewy. She has a couple things. Lily is a Chihuahua, a long-haired Chihuahua. Hi, Tommies, Angels. Anyway, yeah, Cameo, I saw all the animals. So it's on Second Life, there you can buy animals. Yeah, they're really cute. Doug bought a black crow that flies around and lands on his shoulder. Yeah, they get if she gets snacks, and then at dinner I give her a little plate of like hamburger and vegetables, or just beef, or I get stew meat and I cut it in little pieces, make sure it's small because she's little, and yeah, the long-haired Chihuahuas that definitely are adorable. You got the king cobra. I saw the cobra. Yeah, so you could buy like unicorn, you could buy monkeys, you could buy any kind of dog, any kind of animal, weird animals, lions. So if you have property, 'cause that's what you do on Second Life. You usually have where you live, and usually if you have a little piece of property that you have, trees and stuff, people have animals, and so yeah. I have a favorite though, the border collie, because she's just precious, and I can hold her and bring her with me. You breed angelfish. That's neat. I remember having angelfish because we had aquariums when I was growing up. What happened with what? What do you mean what happened, Susan? I don't even know what you're talking about. That's how fast I forget what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah, you could say it's like The Sims, only just bring it to 2025. It is I just can't even tell you how amazing the looks of clothing, the looks of your earrings on Second Life. They're that detailed, and everything, the beautiful scenery, and people they express their creativity with their what furniture they bring. There's furniture stores. I mean, you could have a helicopter pad and have a helicopter and ride the helicopter. You could have a yacht sitting there, or a motorcycle, or a car. You could have horses. So I mean, it's just like many real life designers are an SL. Yeah, exactly. All right, Carol, she said off subject, but has anyone heard of having to register your car or dog in the county? Your car or your dog? Why would it be a car or your dog? In the county that you live in. It's like $20 per pet per year. Never heard of that. Tommy's Angels. That's right, angelfish. That's really neat. They're beautiful. You meant cat. You have to register your cat and your dogs. Yeah, we don't have that here, at least that I know of. Lily's 11, if that's what you're asking me. She's 11. I've tried to cut her nails. It's too much of a struggle. I don't want to hurt her. She pulls away. I just can't. Sally says, no, we don't have that here. I didn't think we did. Pet licensing. Well, I mean, you're supposed to have a rabies thing, but they don't it's not like what you're talking about. New York's got a lot of rules. When we used to do the Renaissance Fair in New York, and like we did a couple of regular art fairs, they were right there to pay. You had to pay them the tax right there at the show. And I mean, they always had like stuff you had to fill out. Yeah, well, that's what you do. You go to the vet, and then they give you your rabies little thing you put on their collar. Yeah, my dog she's pretty good. She's pretty spoiled. Yeah, I can groom her to the point where I can give her a bath, and then when she's fluffy and dry, I can use my little shaver and get the back of her around her butt because that way she's not getting on her hair there. She's a little hairy little girl. Hi, Brooklyn. My dad was from born in Brooklyn. Your cats probably don't need them either because they stay in the house. They're not outside, right? Eli? Anyway, animals are so precious. I love, love, love animals. Yeah, cats are indoors. Lily's just about indoors. I mean, she I take her out, but she's not out like running around in the field. Yeah, if you're still in Brooklyn, I can understand why you would like to get out because it's so crowded. That's one thing about here living in. I live in a little town like Mission, Texas, McAllen, Texas, and it's kind of spread out, and I don't feel like there's lots of people everywhere. New York, I lived in New York City for 3 months in 1975, which is a long time ago, but I remember it really well. And the people that live in New York City, some of those people never leave the city, never get off that island. It's so weird. 27. That's an old cat. 24 and 20. Oh my God, that's really amazing, Susan. Yeah, this is a nice area. I wish I spoke Spanish. Sally speaks fluently English and Spanish. So, of course, it's going to be a lot better for her. But it is a nice area and it has everything you need and the people are very friendly. So, I'm okay with it. So, I'm going to stick to my ketovore and I'm going to continue to shrink. I want to shrink. I hope that in the next 3, 4 months, there's a big change. Yeah. This is just everything on me right now is fitting like you want it to fit. Dr. Barry, yeah, well, you can't I don't have kibble for my dog. I cook for her. But a lot of people buy kibble. Thank you, Cameo. Yeah, I'm doing okay, and I'm really, really happy now. And my second life is happier than it's been in a long time. Um, my first life is getting healthy, and that's a real important thing. I really feel like, when you hit 60, 60 or 70, whatever for you, um, you just have to either take good care of yourself or you're going to wind up dying, early and not being able to, and dementia and all this crap that we are given because of what we eat. It's all what we eat, and we've been told that we should eat plant-based. That's not what we should eat. Okay. And it's okay if that's what you want to do. I mean, I'm not stopping anybody from doing whatever they want, but I believe what I'm hearing. I know that the truth rings very easy. You know when it's the truth. And I know that we've been bamboozled to think that we're supposed to eat rice and fried potatoes and French fries and burgers and donuts. Cameo's been such a dear friend of mine. Brooklyn, if you've ever thought about getting healthy, please look up Dr. Ken Berry or Dr. Chafee. But Dr. Ken Berry is easy to look up. From him, you can go to others. People are actually feeling better, not just losing weight. That's what happens when you don't eat carbs. You lose fat. But what really happens is that if you have joint problems, if you have immune problems that you get sick easy, Dr. Berry hasn't been sick in years. I mean, it's really just Susan, she was scratching and her little nail on her paw got stuck in Lily's ear hair, and I had to save her. And I'm glad I'm home. I mean, Dr. Ken Berry, he's an MD. He's been a doctor for like 35 years or something. Because that's the only thing I can tell you, that if you're not feeling good and you're 58, I wish that I would have done this at 58. I really wish I would have. But everybody has their own time to do stuff, and you really can't, all you can say is, I'm doing it now. But I hear that people's skin clears up. I hear that their eyes, even an eye ophthalmologist that's a carnivore, a woman that Dr. Berry interviewed, um, she says that what just eating a carnivore diet, you will actually have your eyes. You may not even need cataract surgery. It's like the cataracts that come over your eye when you get older. It's probably all the carbs and garbage that are in the packaged foods. Yes, Cameo is a good example too, that she's not on any medication, and and not fat, a slim woman, regular size. It reduces inflammation. That's the right words. I wish I was better at repeating what I've heard. That's why I say, listen for yourself. And it's not just Dr. Berry, but from one you'll find others that live the lifestyle and they look damn healthy. And people have lost hundreds of pounds. And that's just the side. That's the bonus, is that you shed the extra weight. I've never been thin, so whatever happens, whatever. Linda, I didn't see. Are you like not feeling good? I didn't see it. Linda, you good night. Not feeling well. Oh, you have like a cold. Feel better. I hope you get over it real fast. Celiac disease. Thank you, Connie, sweetie. I am just, I'm just me. I am just me. Yeah, I'm taking electrolytes with magnesium. I take vitamin D every day, and I no longer have to take metformin. My doctor took me off today. I no longer need metformin. That's a diabetic pill that people that is linked to a lot of problems. So that's the problem. Is the medication that we're given to help us with our diabetes or help us with our blood pressure is making us sicker. And don't forget your B. 20 pounds it would come off really fast at the end. I watched Dr. Barry on Monday. Yeah, Mondays he's live. What kind of magnesium? Do you know how much milligrams of magnesium that we're supposed to take a day? Because I today was at Dollar General and I had a bottle of magnesium in my hand, but I didn't know the milligram. So it's eggs every day for breakfast. If that's what you'd like, you can have a steak for breakfast. You can have bacon. Matter of fact, always just make up bacon and have a few slices of bacon and a few eggs, and you will be full. You will be happy and content. And if you want to scramble them with a little bit of cheese or cottage cheese, that's fine. You know, um, sausage patties, whatever you want. That's what just animal based. See, everyone is different. That's right. Um, you have 400 on the milligram. I saw the bottle; it was 500 milligram. Bacon and eggs, steak and eggs. You know, I eat a lot of eggs. I do. I eat at least 3 eggs a day, sometimes more. Today I had a total of 4 eggs today. I didn't have any bacon. I just got some bacon, so I'm gonna fry up the bacon, and you use real butter, use good butter and good eggs. I mean, if this is all you're gonna eat, you might as well make it good. It's really crazy how empty my fridge is, like easy to get to everything because it's basically just animal products mostly. I do get whipping cream, and I only use it in my coffee in the morning. It's a little treat for me with a little pat of butter, and I blend it up and make it foamy, and it's delicious. Deli meat is included. It's meat, even if it's dirty meat, like the kind that has preservatives in it. Dr. Berry says that that's better than eating carbohydrates. If you want the ham or the turkey, get it. Salami, it's meat. You're okay with it. I mean, think about what you're putting in your mouth too. Like you don't want to live on salami and bologna, but you could eat it. That is on a carnivore diet. 4 pieces of bacon for breakfast sounds perfect. You can eat more. Actually, on a carnivore diet, you want to have quite a when you eat your meal, you really want to feel satisfied. I don't know what I take. I just take vitamin D3. As I buy my stuff more, though, I'm going to start looking at exactly what I'm getting. And what's really nice too is that it really you can find doctors in your area that are carnivore doctors. There's lists of them. Dr. Barry gives that information out because you're in the city, so you could get doctors that support exactly what you're doing and help you go into it. Yeah, I eat more of a lunchtime. I don't really like get up in the morning and eat breakfast. I don't. Oh, I'm so glad, Brooklyn. Please subscribe to my channel because I do put out videos and I do shorts, and I need the support, obviously. So if you could give me a thumbs up, I only have 46. I would really appreciate that if you really want to like help me a little bit. Well, then if your GP's already on it, see, and you start to tell them that what you'd like to do, the best thing you can do is just watch a bunch of videos and really just listen to what they're saying, especially the doctors, especially the people that are very like been doing it for years. Marilyn, thank you, Marilyn. Yeah, I'm just, I'm talking about what I'm into. That's sort of that's how it is. I really have enjoyed talking with you guys, and I'm going to get off here now. I will see you next Wednesday. I might show up for another live stream, a surprise, maybe. Yes, exactly, Sharon. You're doing well. You've been doing good for a long time. Thank you so much, Brooklyn. It's nice to meet you. Hi, Dirk. I hope you've all enjoyed the evening with me. Thank you so much for coming in. Let's keep going. And let's just maybe when we meet on Wednesday, if you've started something new, you can share it with us because I think all of us have the same, hopefully, is to be healthier. We have been, listen, I'm going to say it one more time. We have been poisoned and we can change it. Our bodies are amazing. And with the good thoughts, you can change yourself right today. At 58, Brooklyn, there's a chance that you could have all of your health back and then some. The food that we've been eating all our lives has made us all either overweight or have other issues with cancer and so much bad stuff. And they don't want to stop it. If they stopped cancer, you know how many doctors would be out of business? You have to start taking care of, and I didn't do this. I mean, I'm old. It took me how long to get here? But wherever we are in the journey is perfect. And I'm really happy. I'm really happy that I've done this. And we have a great group here. We meet every Wednesday. And if I can get another day in, I will. And I will talk to you real soon. Be well. Hi, Sheila. Thank you for being proud of. I'm trying. I'm really going to try to be the example of what I was to what I want to be. What every day I'm going to get better. We're all traveling on this road together, and we all need each other just so, just to share. That's all. And I really do appreciate each one of you being here tonight, and thanks for that. And I'll see you soon. Mwah. Peace out.